Good morning, dear students. Uh, Let us start today's session uh, on transformation. In previous session, we had discussed a few cases about how to rotate or how to scale any entity about any arbitrary plane or any point which is not coinciding with the origin. So if it is a plane, it should be a principal plane, or if it is a point along which we have to scale, it should be at origin. So that those cases we had discussed, and we have solved some problem based on that. Now moving forward, we will be solving some typical problems on concatenated homogeneous transformation, uh, which can be useful for the examination purpose. So the first problem statement is, find the concatenated homogeneous matrix for the following operation performed in the following sequence. Okay, so these are the operations, and this word is important in the following sequence. That is more important. So what are the transformations? What are the transformations involved? First one, translation through 4 and 3 units along x and y axis. So first transformation is simple translation through 4 and 3 units along x and y axis. So that means Tx is equal to 4 and Ty is equal to 3. Second transformation is change of scale of x from 1:1 to 4 times, and of y from 1:1 to 3 times the original. So you can guess that the second operation is your scaling operation, in which the scaling factor is given as for x direction or along x direction, Sx is 4, and along y direction, that is Sy, is 3. Okay, so it will be an enlarging operation or enlarging transformation scaling. Next, third transformation is rotating about z-axis, passing through the point 4, 3 by 30 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is a typical case that we have discussed in the last session. Rotating about z-axis, that means rotating about origin. Okay, and passing through point 4, 3. So it is an arbitrary point which is not at origin. So what we have to do, we have to first call this point, translate this point to origin, and then we have to rotate it, and again we have to reposition this point. Okay, so these are the three transformations, that is translation, then scaling, and rotation needs to be performed in the same sequence. We cannot change the sequence of this transformation. Then they have asked us to what would be the effect of the above operations or above transformations on a circle having unit radius with its center originally located at 0, 0. So they have given us one geometry, that is a circle, which we need to perform all the transformation, and we need to find out the effect of the transformation on this circle, given circle. So that is the problem that we have to solve. So let us start solving the problem. If you are comfortable, you can directly go for all these three transformations simultaneously, so that to find out the concatenated transformation matrix. But if you are not comfortable, then you can go one by one. So let us start the problem. So the first transformation is your translation. Okay. So in translation, they have given us the values of Tx as 4 and Ty as 3, because if you read the sentence, translate through 4 and 3 units along x and y axis. So along x axis, px is 4, along y axis, that is ty, is 3. So we write the translational matrix is 1 0 0 0 1 0 px ty and 1. And if you put the values, this matrix will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 4 3 and 1. So this is your first transformation. Then second transformation is scaling. So they told us to change the scale from x from 1:1 to 4 times. So that is Sx is 4 and of y from 1:1 to 3 times the original. So
सर दिसत नाही.
it is visible.
तर
It is visible from my side. काय दिसत नाहीये?
ब्लँक स्क्रीन आहे सर. पूर्ण ब्लॅक स्क्रीन आहे.
सगळ्यांसाठी ब्लँक स्क्रीन आहे.
मोहित शेखचा हे चालू आहे, व्हिडिओ चालू आहे. मोहित शेख.
So it is pin on my position. You just pin it so that the only my screen is visible. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So scaling is Sx and Sy. So we write the scaling matrix as Sx 0 0 0 Sy 0 0 0 1, which is equal to 4 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 1. So this is your second transformation. Now the third transformation is a concatenated transformation, that is rotation about z axis passing through a point with 4 comma 3 by 30 degrees. So this kind of problem we have solved in last session. So here we have to first translate the point to origin. So that will be your translational matrix. So I name it as 1 since there is one more translation. Then after that we have to rotate it, and then we have to perform the inverse translation. Okay. So I don't need to explain it once again because in previous session we have covered it very finely and in detail. So we'll directly write the equations or these transformations as, for the third one, rotational or rotational concatenated, we say as 1 0 0 0 1 0 minus 4 minus 3 1. So why this minus 4 and minus 3? Because we have given a point, arbitrary point, whose coordinates is 4 and 3, which we have to shift it or translate to origin. Then we'll rotate it then by an angle of 30 degree. So in anti-clockwise direction. So we'll take here. Sorry, it's by mistake it is anti-clockwise. We consider this as what is there in the problem. Just one second. So yeah, the rotating about z-axis passing through the point 4,3 by 30 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So we have to take the sign as positive. Okay. So we write this statement as this rotational matrix as cos 30 sin 30 0 minus sin 30 cos 30 0 0 0 1. So this is my translation that will make the point to coincide with origin. This is my rotation in which we can rotate about that particular point in anti-clockwise direction by 30 degree, and we'll be transforming, repositioning that point to its original position. So it will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 4 3 1. So this is my inverse translation. Okay. So this is your third transformation, rotation. Now we have to find out the complete composite or concatenated transformation matrix, which is a matrix of translation, scaling, then this complete matrix, which is again the translation, rotation, and inverse translation. So this is inverse translation. Okay. So we have to multiply all these matrices. Let us write these matrices. 1 0 0 0 1 0 4 3 1. This is for first translation. Second one is for scaling. We write it as 4 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 1. This is for scaling. Then the translation that we have used for rotating purpose about an arbitrary point. So 1 0 0 0 1 0 minus 4 minus 3 and 1. Then this is this translation. Then rotation, I'll write the values now. 0.866, 0.5, 0, minus 0.5, 0.866, 0, 4, 3, sorry, 0, 0, 1. This is the rotation, and after that, I'll write this inverse translation as 1 0 0 0 1 0 4 3 1. Okay, so this is inverse translation. So you have to multiply this complete matrix. First is translation, then scaling, then this is composite for again translation, then rotation, and this is inverse translation. So you have to multiply all these matrices, and then you will get your composite transformation matrix as, let us write the answer because you know how to multiply it. Let me tell you the trick to multiply. Just go by right hand side. First multiply these two matrices, this one and this one. You will get one matrix. Then multiply this combined matrix to this matrix. You will get one matrix. Then combine matrix, again multiply to this matrix and multiply last like this. So this is one trick through which you can multiply it. So from the right hand side you go on multiplying. First these two, then this one, and then this one. So after multiplication you will get the final composite transformation matrix, concatenated transformation matrix as 3.46420 minus 1.5, 2.5980, 11.392, 14.196 and 1. So this is your composite or concatenated transformation matrix which you get by performing the given transformations in given sequence. So this is first part of the problem. Now they ask us for the effect of transformation on a circle with unit radius. Circle with unit radius. We have to consider three important points. So let us draw a circle. This is origin. This is point A, and we'll consider this as point B. Okay, and it is having unit radius. Unit radius means R is equal to 1 unit. So we need to find out the coordinates of these points O, A and B. So obviously for O, since its origin, the coordinates are 0, 0. For A, the coordinates are 1, 0. And for B, the coordinates are 0, 1. So by you can find out other points also because of the symmetry. But these 3 points can be represented in matrix form as, let us say for circle, it is represented as 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so this is for O, this is for A, and this is for B. So we have represented the circle with unit radius considering 3 points, origin, one point A and another point of B. Now we have to find out what will be the effect of this composite transformation on this circle having unit radius. So for that, what we have to do? We have to just multiply it like C dash, that is this matrix, into this is new one, into this C, this matrix, into your composite transformation matrix. Okay, so this matrix. So I name it as CC. So it's for C circle. Okay, so when you multiply this matrix with this matrix, you will get your final answer. Now recall that final position equal to initial position into transformation matrix. This may be an individual transformation, or this may be a concatenated transformation. Okay. So final position we have to find out for the circle. This is the initial position having unit radius, and transformation matrix is your concatenated transformation matrix, which we have found out. So let us solve it. So we name it as CC dash, which is new position, which is equal to CC is the original position into composite transformation matrix. So our CC is given as 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So these are, as I said, this is for O, this is for A, and this is for B, into your composite transformation matrix that we have found out. So it is 3.464, 2, 0, then minus 1.5, 2.598, 0, 11.392, 14.196, and 1. Okay. When we multiply this, we'll get the new coordinates as CC dash as 11.392, 14.196, 1, 14.856, 16.196, 1, 9.892, 16.794, and 1. So the new coordinates will be, now your origin will be shifted at 11.392, 14.196. Your A point will be, which was previously 1, 0, that is shifted to 14.856, 16.196, and your B point, which was previously 0, 1 position, it is shifted to 9.892 and 16.794. So this is your answer for the problem. So what we have done over here, first we have performed the transformation like translation by 4 and 3 units along x and y axis. We have changed the scale by 4 times and 3 times along x and y from original, and we have rotated the about z axis passing through point 4, 3 by 30 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So we have found out the composite or concatenated transformation matrix for this, and then we have considered one entity, that is circle having unit radius, and we have found out what will be the effect of all these transformations on the circle having unit radius, whose coordinates previously was 0, 0 for origin, for A it is 1, 0, and for B it is 0, 1. So this is how you can solve a complicated problem like this. So this is one problem. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me. The problem statement is in front of you. You can read it once again, and if you are having any doubt, you can ask me right now till we go for the next problem. Okay. Let us move forward to the next problem. The next problem is a triangle A 2, 2, B 4, 4, and C 3, 5 undergoes the following operation. Find the new coordinates of the original triangle ABC when it is mirrored about a line y is equal to x and it is then scaled twice with respect to point A. Okay. So till now we have discussed the equation of the line as y is equal to mx plus c. So we have solved some problem like 0.5x plus 3 y is equal to, okay, but here they have made a change that y is equal to x, no slope and no y-intercept. So we have to mirror the triangle with given vertices, coordinates of vertices, about the equation of the line, about a line having equation y is equal to x. And then we have to scale twice with respect to point A. Now here comes the difference. We have to first mirror it about a line y is equal to x. Okay, let us write it. The steps. Step number 1 is mirror about a line y is equal to x. Okay, when you perform this transformation, you will get some new coordinates. So step 2 is find the coordinates for new vertices for the triangle. So you'll get something like A dash, B dash, and C dash. Okay. Once you find this A dash, B dash, C dash, you have to then scale about this A dash, not this A. Are you getting me? You have to scale it after the mirror operation. Okay. Then only you can get the correct answer, not your original one. So let us start solving this problem. This is again a typical one. So first step, for a line having equation y is equal to x, the transformation matrix is, let us say by G represented, is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So if you encounter the equation of the line as y is equal to x, you can directly write this equation. Now we'll write the triangle ABC. We write the triangle ABC into matrix form. So it is 2, 2, 1, 4, 4, 1, and 3, 5, 1. So these are the matrices. These are the vertices in matrix form. This is for A, this is for B, and this is for C. When we multiply these two matrices, this one and this one, we'll get the new vertices of the triangle. It is A dash, B dash, C dash equal to triangle ABC into G. Okay, so we write triangle ABC as 2, 2, 1, 4, 4, 1, 3, 5, 1 into G. So G is for mirroring about the line having equation y is equal to x. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is important. This one is important. You need to remember it. So after multiplication, we get the new equation, new matrix as 2, 2, 1, 4, 4, 1, and 5, 3, 1. So we can say that A dash is having coordinates 2, 2, B dash is having coordinates 4, 4, and C dash is having coordinates 5, 3. So these are the coordinates we get after reflection or mirror operation. This is your first step. Now what they asked us that you have to scale it with respect to point A. So what they ask us in B part, it is then scaled with respect to point A. Okay, with respect to point A. So fortunately, this A point is equal to A dash point. Fortunately. But if it is not the case, the problem is asked in such a way that you have to rotate it about the new vertex. Fortunately, these A and A dash are coming to be equal, but this concept you need to understand. Now, moving forward, now the triangle is to be scaled twice. Okay, so Sx is equal to 2 and Sy is also equal to 2. Your triangle needs to be scaled. So we'll directly write it as new triangle A double dash, B double dash, C double dash, because it's a further transformation, is triangle A dash, B dash, C dash, vertices of the intermediate triangle, into translation. Now what translation you want? You have to scale the triangle about A whose coordinates are 2, 2. So first you have to translate these coordinates to origin. Since we cannot scale any entity about any point except origin. Okay, so this translation in which you have to shift this point A to origin, then you can scale it and you have to reposition it with the help of inverse translation. Okay, so one by one we write the matrices for this. Rather, first we write for this to make it more understandable. So we write a concatenated transformation matrix for scaling as translation 1 0 0 0 1 0 -2 and 1, so that this A point is translated to origin. Then we scale it 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 1. So this is your scaling, and inverse translation is 1 0 0 0 1 0 +2 and 1. We are repositioning this point A to its original position. Okay. So after multiplication, we get this as, let us and multiply it stepwise so that you will get the idea how to multiply. I'll write this as 100,010 minus 2 minus 2 and 1. This is as it is. And I'll first multiply these two matrices, 3 by 3 matrices. You can multiply it by using your calculator. So 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1. Okay. Then we find out the composite transformation matrix as, after multiplying these two matrices now, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, minus 2, and 1. Okay. So this comprises of your composite transformation matrix. Now further, you have to multiply this composite transformation matrix. Let us again write the equation. Triangle A double dash, B double dash, C double dash, which is equal to triangle A dash, B dash, and C dash into your G, or into your C that we just found out. Okay. So we'll write A dash, B dash, C dash. What we have to write over here? We already found out the coordinates for A dash, B dash, and C dash. That is 2, 2, 4, 4, and 5, 3. Don't make a mistake of writing this 2, 2, 4, 4, and 3, 5. Remember, this is your now original coordinates. Okay. So we write it in a matrix form. 2, 2, 1, 4, 4, 1, and 5, 3, 1 into composite transformation matrix as 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, minus 2, 1. Okay. After solving this, we'll get the coordinates as 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 1, and 8, 4, 1. So these are the coordinates A double dash, B double dash, and C double dash. So we can write the new coordinates are A double dash as 2, 2, B double dash 6, 6, and C double dash as 8, 4. So this is your answer. Let us take a quick recap what we have done so far for solving this problem. We have given that a triangle A 2, 2, B 4, 4, and C 3, 5, which has to undergo the following operation. It has to mirror about a line y is equal to x, and then we have to scale it twice with respect to point A, the new point that we are getting after mirroring it about a line y is equal to x. So first we have wrote the equation of the line, equation for the y is equal to x, and for that we have written the transformation matrix. This is important: 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 1. This you need to remember. And we also write the vertices in the matrix form, vertices of the triangle in matrix form. After multiplying these two matrices, we will get the new position, which we have got after mirroring it or after reflection about the line y is equal to x. So the new coordinates are A dash, B dash, and C dash, which is after reflection. Now we have to scale with respect to point A. which is now A dash, not this A point. But fortunately, coincidentally, these 2 points are same. There is no change. But if this kind of problem occurs in the exam, you need to remember that it is you have to consider the point as A dash, not your A. Then we'll scale about a point 2 comma 2. Okay. Now for scaling, we know that we cannot scale arbitrary about any arbitrary point. So we have a step to follow. So what are the steps to follow? We have to first translate that point to origin by some tx and ty distances. Then we have to scale, and then we have to reposition back the point to its initial position. So for that we have translation, scaling, and inverse translation. So this is translation. Since the coordinates are 2, 2, we have considered tx as -2 and ty as -2. Then scaling. Scaling factors are given as sx is equal to 2 and sy is equal to 2, which is mentioned in the problem that you have to scale twice as that of the original shape. And we have repositioning it back with the help of inverse translation. So tx is 2, ty is 2, and 1. After multiplication, we get composite transformation matrix like this. And when we multiply this composite transformation matrix with the coordinates a dash, b dash, c dash, like we have done over here, we'll get the new coordinates as a double dash, b double dash, and c double dash. So these are the new coordinates after scaling. And first we mirror it about a line, and then we have scaled about a new coordinate of vertex A, and after scaling we got the new coordinates for the triangle. So this is again a one typical problem which might be asked in the examination. So if you are having any doubts in this problem, you can ask me. Okay. So moving forward, so this is regarding two-dimensional geometric transformations. Now we have the cases of three-dimensional geometric transformation. So what is three-dimensional geometric transformation? In three-dimensional geometric transformation, we have one more dimension, one more coordinate axis is added. So that is z-axis. Okay. So let us start with the problem. Before that, if you want, I can, or in the problem only, I'll explain it. Just 1 second. So let us solve this problem. 3D geometric transformation. A homogeneous coordinate point 3, 2, 1 is to be translated in x, y, and z direction. Now you see over here, we have encountered the third principal axis, that is z, by -2, -2, and -2 units respectively, followed by the successive rotation of 60 degree about x-axis. Okay, 60 degree about x-axis. Find the final position of homogeneous coordinate. So we have to first translate it, and then we have to rotate it to find out the final coordinate. Now if you read this problem more carefully, they only told us rotation about x-axis by 60 degree. Nothing is mentioned about the direction of rotation. So whenever in exams you encounter this situation that direction is not given, always consider it as counterclockwise. Write a note over there that considering the direction as counterclockwise, which we can take as positive, you can proceed further. There should not be any confusion. So first, Translation, we have three principal axes, along three principal axes, Tx minus 2, Ty minus 2, and Tz minus 2, which is given in the problem. So previously you have only Tx and Ty in two-dimensional transformation, but here you will get the third dimension, that is Tz, so you have to include this one more row and one more column. So previously, which was 3 by 3 matrix including homogeneous coordinate, now this matrix is now increased to 4 by 4 with the inclusion of one more principal axis. So Tx, Ty, and Tz, you have to remember this. This is in 3D coordinate, translation matrix in 3D coordinates. So putting the values -2, and 1 over here, we'll get the translation matrix. Now we have to simply rotate it 60 degree about x-axis. Nothing has been given other than the principal axis or any arbitrary point, so we can directly rotate it. So again, you need to remember, for along x-axis, if you are writing the equation in 3 dimensions, it is 1, 0, 0, 0, cos 0, cos theta, sin theta 0, 0 minus sin theta, cos theta 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Theta is 60 degree. This is exclusively about x-axis. Okay. So by putting the value of theta is equal to 60 degree, and we are taking it as positive as mentioned in the note at the start of the problem, we can write this Rx. Now we'll find out the concatenated transformation matrix, that is composite transformation matrix, which is multiplication of homogeneous transformation into rotation. So we have written all these coordinates over here, and we'll get the composite transformation as this. So the thing now what we have given with in the problem, yes, only these things are given. Now the thing is, the difficulty you may face is, in your matrix you can solve the matrix multiplication up to your 3 by 3. And here if you encounter a problem of 4 by 4, there might be chances you may get confused. So your basics must be clear for the multiplication. Okay, most of the students will make mistake in this only, that they are not able to multiply the matrices. And although you know the concept, and if you are not able to multiply the matrix, it will be very difficult for you to arrive at a final result. Okay, so this is how you can find out the composite transformation matrix. But in the problem they have asked us, the homogeneous coordinate point is translated. Now the point is to be translated, and it is then rotated. Now we'll find out the new final position of the matrix, that is equal to final or new position is equal to initial position into composite transformation matrix. Okay, so P star or P dash is equal to initial position P into composite or concatenated transformation matrix. So the coordinates are 3, 2, 1, 1, and if you multiply it by this matrix, you will get the new coordinates of point P is 1, 0.864 and minus 0.5. So this is how you can solve some simple problem related to your composite transformation or 2D or 3-dimensional composite transformation. Okay. Now this is one problem. We'll solve one more problem in the next session, and we'll also move towards the new structure, new topic in the next session. So any doubts if you are having, you are free to ask me. And if it's okay with you, you can put your attendance in the chat box and you can log off the session.
Thank you, sir.